Hi everyone, for today's book review we're going to travel back in time and take a tour to explore the 7 wonders of the ancient world. This particular book is written by Bettany Hughes. For those of you who may be familiar with her documentaries, this book very much follows the same emotional and descriptive and immersive style of her programs. Bettany writes just with the same passion as the way she presents her documentaries about the ancient world. And if you do enjoy her documentaries, then by all means do not hesitate to pick up this book, because it is in the same vein and it is an absolute joy to read. But before I get too ahead of myself, let's wind ourselves back and talk about the actual 7 wonders of the ancient world. If you do not know what they are 7 monuments that have, through various resources, come down to us as being exceptional for one form or another. The 7 ancient wonders are the pyramids of Giza, the Pharos lighthouse in Egypt, the mausoleum of Halicarnassus, the Colossus of Rhodes, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, and the statue of Zeus at Olympia. This book covers the histories of all 7, and it goes beyond than just, this is what the wonder is, this is what happened to it. Oh, no. Bettany never stops there. She goes into the historical, cultural, social context about not only what made these wonders to be built, but also what motivated the people at the time to consider them wonders. And then beyond that as well, we get the histories of how they were built, the dramas that went on with their constructions, and with some of them the various repairs and renovations and additions and afterlife that they had. This book is fantastic, and I find that with literature on the 7 wonders of the ancient world, you either have the highly academic or you have the extremely generic. This book takes the middle path. It is easily readable. You do not have to have a degree in ancient history to understand this book. Anyone can pick it up. But at the same time, it is written with the confidence and the intelligence of someone who is intimately familiar with the ancient world, how the ancients thought, and what the latest archaeological discoveries are telling us about that world. It has a section, 2 color sections, where we see artifacts, remains of said monuments and wonders, and some reconstructions. There's also a section at the very front, which for me was the absolute clincher, that had maps of where the wonders either were, are guessed to be located at. And with some of the actual structures, we also get floor plans, particularly with the temples, which for me is an absolute clincher. If you are going to talk about the ancient wonders, then you need to provide visual evidence of what we know how they looked, and where possible, the reconstructions. For the Colossus of Rhodes, there is a quite large section devoted to how the popular imagination has remembered the Colossus in a very different way to what it was. The original Colossus of Rhodes stood in a pose quite similar to what we could think of as the Statue of Liberty. But the imagination runs wild, and we still have this lingering sense that the Colossus of Rhodes stood with their legs stretched out, having one leg at each end of the harbour mouth, and the ships would sail underneath. Clearly that's not the case. This is an awesome book, and highly recommended for anyone who is fascinated by ancient history, who would like to tick off these 7 wonders on their life's bucket list, although some are more easily reachable than others. And spoiler alert, in the case of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, we still don't know exactly where they are, definitively. So, for lovers of history, please do check out this book. This is easily a 4 captain's hats. Do check it out.